What is up? Uh, it's gonna be a new video, but I'm gonna start this up by saying I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say on here is an indication for you to buy or sell anything. As always, this is just a documentation of my own trading journey. Okay. With that being said, it's been a couple of days, but not a lot of news. But we do got one thing to talk about, and let me get that out of your face. That one thing is, man, I really want to sit down. Tired. Um, Fngr. Gotta talk about Fngr. So I've been talking about this stock for, I want to say I've been mentioning it. I want to say for at least, we're going to do at least 2-3 months, right? But I know that I've talked about this stock like a year or two, okay? And I'm just going to give you the rundown. It's running, okay? It was up to, I think it was 555 in after hours. So 555 in after hours, that's near probably 50% for the day total. From when I first got in the play, that's probably 300% up since we got in. Okay, we got in around the dollar mark, $2 mark, dollar something mark. But I added in a dollar mark, $2 mark. I went for options, shares too, but mainly options. Now with this play, it's a heavily shorted stock play. Okay, if you want to track the play, if you want to, the people talking about short squeeze, this and that. There's a guy on Twitter. His name is, it changes so much because he keeps getting banned, but it's Ham Short Killer, right? Guy on Wall Street, broker. He's been tracking the heavily shorted plays like this one for a long time. Like I said, I touched it, got the barometer, not barometer, but just kind of gauged how it was about 2 years ago. I know what kind of play it is because I was around in there. Okay. That being said, I have other plays that I hit, but I have people that I won't say trust, but I want to say up until this point, I've never been led astray by their information and the stuff that I do, because I always take what people say with a grain of salt, add it into what I think and what I do and what I know, and then that's how I make my plays. Okay, so that being said, Fngr, it's a heavily shorted stock play. Supposedly, that's what I think. Okay, take it how you look, take it how you want it. Where is it gonna go? I'm not gonna. Dang it, I can't do that. But I don't want to stand up no more. Where's it gonna go? I don't know for sure, but you know, why not $10? $10, $8 down, $9 is where it was about a couple months ago, a couple months back when it ran. Why not back to 9? Okay, heavily shorted play. Told you Trump and them are going on for heavily shorted plays on Wall Street. I like it. It's running. Now the main thing here, the only thing that you want to watch for, the only thing that I'm worried about with this play is one dilution. Haven't seen any news or anything like that when it comes to that stock. But another thing, for those of you that are unaware about options, I'm gonna be talking about them, okay? And if there's stuff in here that I'm gonna try to break it down as much as I can. If there's stuff that you don't understand, you can look it up, okay? Or I don't know what else to tell you. I'm only gonna go into so much detail because I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna. I'll try the best I can, but if you want to learn this stuff like I did, you're gonna have to put in the work too, okay? Because I'm not your financial advisor. This is documentation of my trading journey. Granted, it gives you insight of what I'm thinking. So in this play, in plays like these, main things that can hurt them at this point is dilution from the company. Don't see that. Two, watch the options chain. This is what normally happens. Right now, the maximum options on there is about $6 for the expiration that's going to expire this Friday. Okay, that would mean if the stock is trading at $5.50, every last one of their options is in the money. Okay, now that is how Monster plays set up. That is how GameStop really went going. But here's the thing: you gotta watch for. So tomorrow, if it opens up, everything's cool, and there's no options, no more options printed. Cool. Now, what I mean about new options printed is right now the $6 strike, which is meaning the stock is in the money at around 630, 650, whatever, okay, is the highest that you can go. That is the highest that they can go. So who's ever selling those options has to go out and buy those shares now, okay? That's buy pressure on the stock. Now, if they go and they add new strikes, 7, 8, 9, 10, here's the thing. That gives these people, technically it shouldn't, but it does, okay? When I buy a call, that's buy pressure on the stock. When you go to sell a call, that's sell pressure on the stock. What these people normally do, they used to call it Mary puts, okay? They go and they buy up these options and use them as sell pressure. Okay, they don't buy them. They sell the call. They go to sell these calls to create sell pressure on the stock to push it down. Why I think they're going to do this is because you know what happens if all those options expire in the money on Friday. You have an issue for the next one, which is in June 20th. Here's the thing: all the other months that comes up, they get a $7 strike, not just a $6, but that's around the corner. Okay, so the main thing that they're trying to keep this from is expiring like $6-7 in the money. Even $5 right now expiring in the money is crazy, but $6, every last one of those options expiring in the money and no new options. Watch that. Okay, that's bullish. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow, if there's no options released, I already took some profit, but I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna take some more profit if there's no options. Okay, and that's what I'm watching for. Is because now there's two things that can happen. I'm not saying that they can go out and when they do this with the new option chain comes out, watch out because it's gonna come down. I'm not saying that because I've seen it to where new options comes out and they have it coming out because there's two people, not just one people. There's the big people, the big guys, the ones with all the money, right? These firms, they're the ones that you gotta watch out for. And what I mean by that is like Fidelity, Merrill Lynch, okay, a couple of the brokers. The reason I said that is when you had GameStop or other plays running like this, one of the things that they did is take away the buy button. If you remember, if you don't, look it up, okay? Take away the buy button because they're trying to stop the buy pressure, okay? They're trying to slow it down. I keep hearing, I've only heard this with plays like GameStop or AMC. Merrill Lynch didn't let people buy, supposedly, okay? Fidelity wouldn't let some people buy if the orders were high enough, okay, and they would have it to where you could still buy, but you had to call in, which if you notice that, that's like trying to slow down the buy pressure on the stock. Okay, now the reason why these brokers do this, or the reason why these dealers do this, is because one, I'm not saying that they themselves made the play, made the short squeeze, okay? What happens is these guys give out credit to these other smaller firms that want to go and trade, okay? But they're supposed to like check their credit, run their credit. That's why you hear margin call. That's because when the big guys is calling on the little firms that just got in trouble like this play. If they would have handled this like they're supposed to, and let's say that there is a real short like that's trapped. I know there's a real short trap at 3.2 million shares. Normally they get that phone call when it's above a certain point. They pull them, they go out and they cover the play, so it doesn't get to a point to where you got a monster situation like GameStop or AMC. Now these people, these same firms, supposedly, they still don't. I can't even say. I will say it just in case for but we can go get blue sheets. You know how I feel about that. But let's, So when these shares are sold, okay, let's say, even though that these guys are sending out synthetic counterfeit shares, right? Whatever broker or app that you use to buy these shares, these guys are now on the hook for finding that share, okay? And I said share, not a cuss word. They're on the hook to go find and deliver those shares to you. So you notice why taking away the buy button would help these firms. They didn't create the problem, but they're selling out these shares. And if they got these accounts that are filled up with all these shares, because the people like me and you or whoever have been buying this stuff up, guess what? Even though that they didn't create the problem, because they didn't do their work like they're supposed to, these guys have to go out and purchase those shares too. So it creates a pool of like all this buying to fix this mess. Hence, short squeeze. And then also why hearing of taking away the buy button and stuff like that is, I won't say it's paramount information, but it helps you with your thesis. Remember, I told you, always find a trading thesis whatever you're trading, okay? So, knowing that in those plays, that's what I'm watching for in that, okay? So if I get nothing like that coming up, I'm going to take a little bit of profit, but I have a feeling that they're going to come out with more options chain, because, it's only $6. If they want it to run, cool, and they don't want the mess to get worse, cool. If they drop those options chains, Friday, right before close, they're gonna use a whole bunch of mess to try to knock it down to probably for something anywhere to where it's not like all those options are in the money. You still got a mess regardless. Like that's the thing. They can slow it down. I'm just letting you know what I see in the stock. Okay, I'm still in the stock and I still plan on holding some past this week. I'm just letting you know what I'm watching for when I'm watching that stock. Okay. Another thing. There's a lot of, I also did this. I sold some Wolf, still got a lot of that because you know how I feel about it. Bitcoin, that's my Bitcoin play, the miners, especially shorted miner. A lot of shorted plays is what I'm buying. I've been saying that for months. I'm buying shorted plays on Wall Street because I think Trump and them know. I know he knows because the CEO knows and it's his company and he's a micromanager. He's not going to just, not know what's going on. He's going to know, especially the way that his stocks be getting shredded. So they're like, yo, what's going on? They know. Okay, and I think that they're going to come and fix Wall Street and da 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 da. Either way, I'm buying heavily shorted plays. Okay, but I'm also diversifying it. So I got shorter play. There's shorter plays everywhere. Shorter plays in Bitcoin. Shorter plays in energy. Shorter plays in regular retail. I'm buying Ford. I don't think that it's heavily shorted. Ford is just a good pickup. If you look at its chart from where it is, it's like bottom. This is where you want to scoop stuff up at. I like Ford options. Almost bought more a year out. Almost bought more, but I didn't. Waited because I wanted to hit, like I said, bought GameStop. I like how it looks. You can say what you want about the company. Do I think it's going to $200? I don't know. I don't think so. 30, 40, 50, double where it's at? Yeah. Why? Because I said for a long time, what these guys got to do to make more money, they got like, I don't know how many billions in the bank. You got to go buy something. What are you going to buy to make that thing more attractive for investors and make it make money? Ryan Cohen's in there. He knows he likes short squeeze plays, okay? He's a CEO that short squeezes stocks. Go look at his track record with all these other companies. Does the same thing. What are you going to buy? They made the announcement that they want to buy Bitcoin. Then they put out a share letter that they got certain money aside for Bitcoin. What's in a couple of days? I think they got their shareholder meeting or something like that. The chart looks great. It looks like it's going to blow. So I bought options. DJT, I think 2-3 months out, 38, 36, something like that, something cheap. I'm gonna see how that goes. And then I was talking about DJT because I did buy options in DJT also. Can't remember what the price was, but all these charts look the same. There's a lot of plays on Wall Street that look like they're about to run. Tesla looks like it's about to run, like above the 200 one day close. A lot of these charts are sitting like that. Okay, so watch for that. GBUX still the same way. Yeah, it hasn't run nowhere, but it hasn't gone anywhere either. Have you noticed that? It's just chilling at $3, just chilling. No trade volume, just relaxing. Watch that one. That's another one. Okay, so sold to my wolf. Wrapped some GameStop. Got a little bit sitting on the side. NNE. Watch that play. Up 8%. I told you I've been watching that. It's my heavily shorted nuclear energy play. I like energy, but I'm not going to get into that. Crypto. Things you need to know about crypto. Told you about this area that we'd probably be at 105. Probably see it going to 110, 115, whatever. And I see a little pullback. What they're going to try to use for that probably is what I'm seeing. Just watch the Genius bill or act, whatever they want to call it. Watch that bill. Okay, because just watch it. I don't know when they're going to take a vote on it, but I got a feeling that I'm not saying that it's not going to get passed. But I think that they're going to try to use that narrative that it's not going to get passed to, I don't know, to make the prices dip a little bit more. But really what it is I believe, say this, guys, and then we'll come in and scoop. I'm not going to say that, but it's just a buying opportunity that it'll create. But I think in the long run, they're going to get that thing passed one way or the other. And that's when you get that stuff going. Okay. XRP looks good, man. They're chilling. They're doing what they got to do. If you're worried or you're like, oh, this is taking a lot of time, can't help you with the time part, brother. I've been telling you about XRP. This stuff is already a done datum for me, okay? I already kind of see how this is going. Been here for a minute, and most of the things I was worried about are already cleared and out the way. It's just a matter of getting okay, and then boom, they're open for business, okay? Gotta wait. Just how it is. You don't want to, cool. I don't care. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to buy or what to sell. Just telling you documentation of my own trading journey. Easy going. Try to go look on Twitter, man. Gotta go just scoop them up. You don't like them, you don't want to, cool. But I'm just telling you what I'm doing, okay? I'm trading. Going for money, all right? So you've been updated on all that stuff. Like I said, if there's more news or something cool, I'll tell you about it. Notice, Senator Loomis, I do gotta add this. Senator Loomis, I'm starting to like her. Don't know anything about her. I don't know if I should say that, but either way. Crypto, only for the crypto reasons. She's putting out a bill. She's trying to press Congress to go no capital gains on Bitcoin. You already know how I feel. That is another dinner bell. That is the king dinner bell in general. Disgusting, okay? Disgusting to even be talking about it. Even more disgusting if they pass something like that, because it would go stupid. And even though that they haven't yet, okay, watching, what did I tell you? All these companies, watch these companies when they start buying in. That's what's going to get this thing going. And here's the thing: if you're just thinking to yourself, okay, they buy the one time, that's done. Notice this: these companies that are going to be buying or that are buying it make billions. Okay. When they put something in something and they see that it gives you a crazy return, they're going to be like, round two? They're all going to be round 2, round 3, round 4. That's what I'm expecting, okay? Buy pressure. That is a Ponzi scheme. Like most things, there's nothing wrong with a Ponzi scheme. You just got to know how to work it, okay? That all you Bitcoin maxes, not attacking you. I'm just saying that if everybody buys this one thing, of course it's going to go up. There's Bitcoin does it have a use case? Yes. Are there other alternatives crypto wise that can do what Bitcoin does better than Bitcoin, cheaper than Bitcoin, faster than Bitcoin? Yes. Have I found any one thing that Bitcoin can do better than any other one of these coins that's out there like that? Not really. Okay, it's a store of value. It's the first one. That's the only thing that it's got going for it. And just if people just want it and buy it, it will go. Okay. I'm just saying that I won't be surprised if one day the Bitcoin dream comes to pass. Okay. But again, I'm invested into it. I told you this. I'm not worried about that stuff. That's a couple of years down the road, was what I believe. Right. So you've been updated. Sorry it was long, but hey, got you in there. All right. I'm out of here. Deuce.